Hello and welcome back to Venture Starters. Welcome back. Hello, hello, hello. Great to see everybody. Hope you all had a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. I can say that my family did. Wow, we're already over 100 people in 1 minute of the event being open. That might be because I put out an announcement that we've had some big successes here getting investors to make some offers to some of our founders. And I gotta say that Venture Starters is working. It's working for a lot of you, not all of you, but it is working. And I'm gonna talk about a bunch of other things that are happening that are super exciting. I have to say, you'll be hearing from Eric Harris shortly about what he is doing to help take the Venture Starters community to the next level so that we have a 24-hour a day, 7 days a week, year-round platform where we can keep the magic going. We can actually hopefully expedite it and accelerate it. And I'm real excited by what Eric's doing. So he'll be talking about that in a few minutes. While we're letting more people into the room, I just want to cover a bunch of quickie topics. For those of you who have never been to a Venture Starters event, two things you need to know. Everything happens in the chat. You need to open up the chat. That's where you're going to be able to communicate with a bunch of people. And if you are interested in pitching tonight, you need to go and look for the hand raise. It's sometimes found in the button that's called the reaction button. And other forms of the Zoom app, you'll actually just see it hand raise. You have to do the digital hand raise, not your physical hand, and it puts you in the queue. We already have 38 people that have raised their hand to pitch tonight, which is fantastic. And it would be great if you're thinking of pitching, if you could just do the hand raise right away. That way we can sort of plan out the rest of the night. All right. This is so exciting. You know, I got to say, it's been a lot of work putting Venture Starters together, a lot of commitment and time, and to start to see the kinds of results that we're starting to see, it's quite gratifying. And it proves to me that networking is the best way to move along startups. Building your network is critical to success in today's day and age. So, with that said, my name is Mark November. My family pays 100% of the cost of putting this on so that we can make this a free event, free to come and pitch and free to attend. We have a goal of helping to unleash a number of startups that are stuck and essentially are in need of networking in a way where they can meet somebody who can help get them unstuck. And this is the community that we're trying to build, where we have amazingly talented both investors, people who want to join startup teams, advisors, mentors, and a whole bunch of fantastic founders at various different levels. And most of them will be happy to offer advice, opinions, and they may even know who is best for your team and what your startup is doing, even if it's not people that are ideally suited for what their business model is. So this is all about just networking and finding a group of friendly, talented, smart people to get actively involved with to try and help move along your businesses so we can see more successes. And we're already starting to see a bunch of that. It's super exciting. So far, we've been able to attract way over 10,000 people who have been part of the Venture Starters journey. I stopped counting about 2 months ago. We're probably at 12,000. Really don't even know anymore. But I'm super gratified by all of you who continue to participate, come back week after week, or get involved with us on emails or participate in other ways, including the newsletters and the emails that we send out to everybody. Our event works best if everybody is on mute unless you are talking. So please just check to make sure you're on mute. It becomes all kinds of problematic when we have people who don't know their mic is on and they start to have conversations. Sometimes conversations they don't want to have 100 people listening to. So be careful about your mic. You can look me up. My name is Mark November. If you're just joining into the room and you don't know me, I'm on LinkedIn. You can follow me. I no longer can accept first connections. I've sort of maxed out, but please follow me and subscribe to my newsletter. And also we have a newsletter that's part of the Venture Starters page on LinkedIn, where we have over 8,000 people who are currently followers of the Venture Starters page. So that's another place for you to be able to at least subscribe to a newsletter and receive information. Again, if you want to pitch tonight, we have 54. We're probably at our max right now, so I don't think I'll ask for more. We are going to deploy the 2-minute clock. I find the clock is working fantastically, helping us out in a lot of ways, and we're getting through a lot more people to participate than we were in the past when we didn't have the clock. If I mispronounce your first name, I apologize. It's not my specialty is picking up names. Please then tell us what your name really is, and so that everybody will know. I just want to point that out. It happens occasionally. Please do not spam our chat. Like, we've had a few people come in who just felt the need to keep copy pasting and posting over and over and over again. Please do not do that. You're welcome to use the chat. Let me mute everybody. We're having a little background noise. You're welcome to use the chat to communicate your message, just not, every 5-10 minutes. If you post it a few times during the evening, a couple of times, that's perfect. Feel free to reach out directly through the chat to the founders that resonate with you, that you'd like to, help or comment or invest in. And you can do that directly without it being a chat that everybody is involved in. Or if you would like to just cheerlead and say what a great job somebody is doing and you want everybody to see that, then obviously put the chat out for the community to see. The rules of our event are very simple. Play nice, act nice, be nice. We're not a community that's looking to embarrass anybody at this particular event. This is basically the event where you can even practice and learn and get good quality constructive feedback, and you'll be able to see the videos of your pitches and learn how to be better at pitching. And many of you have improved your pitches immensely as a result of coming here and being part of the Venture Starters community. We hold a weekly meeting. I believe that the reason it's important to have these weekly meetings is the more you are seen, the more people you get to know, the odds go up of success in whatever it is you're trying to accomplish through this community. Coming here one time pitching and expecting somebody to write you a check, that doesn't happen. I can tell you, as investors, we want to get to know you. You're also in sort of a beauty pageant type of an event where 50 people are going to pitch tonight, and I might not get interested in investing in you until I've seen you 2, 3, 4 times and you sort of start to stand out of the crowd. So if you're coming here just to pitch and run, this is probably not the event for you. There's plenty of those pitch and run events out there, but this is definitely not one. If you're looking to build a network, I think you'll find that this is a more effective tool than the pitch and run model so many other people have. Next week, we're going to experiment with something really radical. We're going to try and start the event next Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. It is just for 1 week. It's just an experiment. We have a lot of people internationally who keep saying they can't come to our events because for them, especially Europeans, it's basically 3, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning start time for them. And so I just want to make one event just to see how many people will actually show up and try a 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. And so I would appreciate all of you who can make it next week to attend. And thank you very much in advance. There's also going to be an announcement we're going to make next week that David Hirschfeld is going to present some technology to the community that he's been working on. And he's an amazing and talented guy. And I think that you'll all be impressed with some of his ideas as to ways that he can help our community grow as well. He'll be making that announcement also the following week. If you can't make it to the 9 a.m. early start time. You'll have another chance to see, you'll have a couple of chances to see David. For those of you who would like to do the traditional 5-minute pitch, please look up Startup Right. My guess is somebody from Startup Right is here tonight. They're a great event. I highly recommend them. They're a Thursday night event. Let's see. To those that are pitching tonight, you might also want to explore or mention who you need to join your team. It isn't always just money that you need. You might need a board member, an advisory board. You might need a CFO, a COO, a co-founder. Please identify who it is that you might need to join your teams. We have a lot of people who attend these events that are looking to join startup teams. I also want to point out a couple of things here before we jump in. Today I received $350,000 in the bank for one of my startups. And I just want to explain how we were able to accomplish this, because what I'm doing, you should be doing too. And I'm doing this for a lot of the founders here. And if you're interested in my model, you can contact me and we'll see if we're a match or not. But in this particular case, we needed to raise some serious money. We're going to end up raising $1.5 million for a particular startup that I'm one of the co-founders of. And I ran ad campaigns on LinkedIn for members of an advisory board. These are very part-time roles. These are people who are literally coming in. And I essentially said in my ad, I need people who personally know investors so that we don't have to pitch total strangers. And I ran an ad campaign. I got 300 applicants. It was actually a little bit less than 300 in this case, because I found so quickly who I needed. And we selected 4 people. We created an advisory board with these 4 folks. And those folks then started to make introductions to investors that they personally know. And one of those investors was the first to fill out our safe note paperwork and wire us the money. That came in today. Another investor that came through the same group of advisors has committed to sending us $200,000 by the end of the week. We just sent him that information. One of the funds that we pitched yesterday seemingly is going to come in for about $500,000 as well. My guess is I'll have the $1.5 million all sorted out before the end of June. And the way that we got this done was find people who can open up the doors to the right people, so that when we're pitching to friends, not total strangers. We're not we're not pitching to somebody who's looking at 100 other deals right now. We're pitching to people who are looking to put their money into a company where a friend of theirs is involved at an advisory level and will at least be able to keep an eye on how things are going with their investment and call them up and tell them the straight scoop of what's going on. This is a model that can work. All of you who are on LinkedIn, this is a great model for you. Not only is it working for me, it's working for companies that I'm helping to run ad campaigns for, and you all could do this on your own if you have the right, connections and the right already existing network. And if you're interested in learning more about that, you can reach out to me and we can talk about it. My email address is mark@venturestarters.com, and my assistant put into the chat already the key information, contact information for me. Now, there's one last thing. Okay, two more things that will get started. One is we legitimately are getting investors that are attending the Venture Starters event to make offers to our founders. And when I sent that email out to everybody that we've had at the low end, 75,000 reported just in the last 30 days, that was offered to one founder. And it ranges all the way up to 11 million. And another founder recently told me that he's had a couple of offers that are in the 2.5 to 5 million range. I won't go into the details because they're still all talking amongst themselves to figure out if they're the right fits. And I don't want to disrupt any of the deal flow and that momentum. But what I am hearing from you all is that the Venture Starters community is working. So take advantage of this. We built this so that it would be a useful tool. We don't want to just be putting on an event just for the sake of, an event itself. And then lastly, I just posted literally 5 minutes before this event started. Next week's event that starts at 9 in the morning, it is on LinkedIn. And what I would appreciate all of you doing to help us out is to click on that. You can even click on the link. Let's see. Hopefully my assistant can get it up right now so that it is timely. There it is. Please sign up for next week, LinkedIn, and invite your first connections. So it's this simple. If you click on that and you say you're going to attend, the LinkedIn gives you the option to then use the same button where you're clicking to attend. It becomes an invite button. And then you can invite literally randomly up to 1,000 of your first connections and just see if they're interested in attending. This is how we're growing our community, bringing fresh people in. You don't have to think real hard about who you're inviting. The reality is very few of the people that you invite will attend. Many will actually say they're going to attend, but they don't, because they're not connected to us yet. They don't know us. And it takes a lot of work to get an audience and attract more people. So if you can all help me by simply, it doesn't take a lot of work. It doesn't cost you anything. If you can just simply click on a lot of your first connections and invite them to this event, the more you do of that, up to 1,000 people, the more you'll be able to help out. And if you'd like to be recognized, for those of you who are going to actually invite like 1,000 people, if you have that many in your LinkedIn that you can invite, let me know who you are. And next week, I will mention your name and thank you up and down for helping us, because you're essentially a co-sponsor of at least next week's event. So really could appreciate it when everybody comes together. So the most important message of the night is the next one, which is going to come from Eric. Eric's going to share with you what he's been doing. And I really hope that all of you, in addition to clicking on the LinkedIn event notification, will also sign up for our brand new, well, it's not brand new because we've been up a week or two now, the Venture Starters Network. I'm going to let Eric explain what he's building. He's a genius guy out of Microsoft. He's smarter than smart. We spent a bunch of time with Eric. He wows me every time I talk to him. I think he has great ideas and instincts as to how to help us become a nonstop machine that'll be helping everybody achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So Eric, hopefully you're in the room and available to talk next. You'll have to unmute because I probably put you on mute.
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good deal. Okay. No, thanks for the kind words, Mark, and what you're doing here. I think it stands, just with what everyone's doing. If you haven't been a part of the community, they have put the link in the chat. I will put it again. It's venture-starters-network.mn.co. But you want to go in and join in there. And the reason for that is we're making it easier for you to make the connections that last beyond just this event. Most importantly, there's a goal that I've set up for myself and the community is getting 100 founders funded. And so helping you with understanding what capital is, Kurt Walker, Mike Verrett, Professor Dave, there's others, Thomas, Dr. Thomas is in here as well. Like there's a lot of people with a wealth of information and knowledge. And we're going to start building out different pieces in the community to cater towards that so that you as a founder, regardless where you are on your journey, beginning all the way through to you're trying to exit, there's people here in this community that's willing to help and they want to help. And so you got to get into the community and do that. So please go in, set up your profile. We're adding some things almost daily. We're getting some things going behind the scenes. So you definitely want to be there. And this is going to be important for you pitching better pitches, get better funding, and it helps you to succeed and it helps you to change what you're doing in the community. I know because I'm a founder as well, and this stuff works. It works, legitimately works. And so I really want you all to be a part of it. Come join in with other founders just like yourself, know how to hustle, know how to grind, but do it smart. Like what Mark said, hiring the right people or getting the right people on your team can really accelerate you super fast. And the community is here to help you do that. So by all means, do that, join the community, and yeah, give us your feedback. We'll be doing more events like this, connecting with Nick at Startup Bright as well, bringing some of their events in to really help cater towards what can we do to help you be a founder to be successful at what you do, regardless of where you are in your journey. So I say all that, more to come. Hit me up on LinkedIn if you have any questions or in the community as well. But I'm excited about what we're doing here. This is growing. We're over 180 members. as of 2 weeks. This is huge, and it's going to be growing even more. So, Mark, back to you. Love to see the pitches tonight. And one more announcement. After this event, we're doing a live roundtable. It's called Founders Lounge with Kurt, Mike Verrett, Professor David, and myself. We'll actually be going through, looking at a couple of pitches and talking about what worked, what didn't work, also how pitches can improve, what to look at in funding, what's going on in the market now around funding and capital. You don't want to miss that. That will be live in the community right after this event. So you don't want to miss that as well. So come figure out what worked with some of the pitches, some of the highlights we have from today, and then also looking at how we can improve pitching and founders overall. So yes, and it will be recorded.
Great. Thank you, Eric. You're our hero. Eric voluntarily, took this huge project on, and I just got to say, thank you, Eric, on behalf of the entire community. You absolutely rock. All right, let's get started. So up first is David, who we were just talking about, and I have a feeling, David, you're going to talk about or tease the new product that you're launching. So we'll start there. To the clock manager, you don't need to start the clock on David. We'll start the clock on the next person pitching, which is Timothy. And by the way, for those of you who want to know the order, I'm going in the order of the queue that Zoom gives me, which you can see if you put up the participant page, participant section. I literally am going straight down, that, and that's the list, and that's the order. So David Hirschfeld, you're up first. You're on mute, though. You're still on mute. I don't know where. David, we'll come back to you. You'll figure it out.
There you go. Okay, now I got it.
Now you got it. Okay.
Now I got it. I was fixed on mute, but somebody fixed that. Thanks. Anyway, thanks, Mark. And Eric, thanks for all the work you're doing. And once I get Meet Me Next launched, I definitely want to integrate with that platform, because I think that'll be huge. So Mark was talking about a product that I'm going to be announcing next week. But before I talk about that, I want to talk a little bit about what I do in the context. So I developed software. I started Techies 17 years ago. I've worked with dozens and dozens of startups, and most of them fail because they wait way too long to validate their product market fit by trying to sell their product to clients. And that's the only time you really know that you have product market fit, is because clients are buying it in high enough numbers for a high enough price that you know you have a viable business. So I created this methodology called Launch First, specifically for startups, to get them to a point where they can prove by getting sales and revenue that they have a product that the market wants, and that they will have a viable business if they then make the investment to build the software. In that vein, I also work with other companies that have been working with software developers but have been struggling. And one of my clients, and it's germane to what I'm going to be talking about, but one of my clients, we took over from a large software developer about 9 months ago when we did a total redesign of this product, and they're pre-revenue, and they were just offered $40 million to acquire their company. That's very rare, but they accredit it to the fact that they had this realistic prototype that showed the user experience in living color, and that got them over the hurdle to be able to make this acquisition happen. So they're in the process now of going through closing. So talk about next week. So next week, I'm going to be showing you how Launch First works, because I'm going to be starting a pre-launch sale for a new product that changes how we connect in network meetings like venture starters. And it's going to be first with venture starters. And Mark has been gracious enough to want to help promote this. So I'm very excited about that. What makes this app special and unique is that while you're in the meeting with venture starters, when somebody's pitching, if you think it'll be Zoom, just like it always is, this is a companion app. If somebody's pitching and you want to connect with them later, you just tap your phone and that favorites them. And when the meeting is all over, we'll have an extended period where we go into breakout sessions but the platform creates those breakout sessions based on the people you preferenced. So if you favorited somebody, you'll be in a Zoom session with them in a breakout after the meeting, and you'll just have these 5-minute breakouts until you've met everybody that you wanted to connect with. You'll have all the profile information and a lot more. Next week, I'm going to show you the living prototype I created for this app, which is what we do with Launch First to start to generate revenue. And I'm going to make an offer to the group for a special sale price for lifetime licenses, which is a high value opportunity to get into something early that will give you a tremendous amount of value for meetings like this in the future. So you don't have to worry about focus on the chat anymore. You don't have to write things down and take screenshots. You just tap your phone once, and now you've made a permanent connection with the person with all their information. So my name is David Hirschfeld. I'm founder of Techies. Launch First is methodology, and Meet Me Next is the name of the app that I'll be showing next week. And thank you for the opportunity, Mark.
Thank you, David. All right, let's get going because we have a lot of founders that want to give us pitches. By the way, if you do less than 2 minutes, you'll see we have a clock. You'll be our heroes. You don't have to max out the whole 2 minutes, but if you need to take 2 minutes, understood. Timothy Riley, you're the first. Go for it.
Hi, thank you for having me on your platform. I am Dr. Timothy Riley, the CEO and Scientific Director of Aja. Aja is an international world-leading tech company with a hospital, Pacific Ocean Healing Center Resort, orthodontic studio, animation studio, university, security division, aerospace department, computer department, and 3 printed houses. Aja provides world-leading tech in all categories, but in particular, Aja Hospital, Housing, and Aerospace are in a league of their own, completely unmatched by the competition. Aja Hospital has successfully extended mammalian lifespan by 2-fold via our telomere lengthening and DNA modulation technology, evolving the Homo sapien into a more intelligent and longer living Homo immortalis. Yes, evolution medicine. However, beyond our DNA modulation technology, we created the most advanced medical technology in history with Aja human parthenogenesis rebirth, where with a 1-gram cell sample, we were able to revive the recently deceased as babies with partial memories. No matter the cause of death, we can revive the patient, making this the ultimate cure to death. Aja rebirth changes life from a linear cycle to a circular cycle. All of our technology is finished, and we're accepting rebirth and DNA modulation orders now. So anybody who dies in 2023 can be revived as long as they know about our technology. Best part, all of our science is backed by NIH published peer-reviewed research and costs less than $2 a day to extend your lifespan by a minimum of 2-fold. Our goal for 2023 is to end 90% of death with our world-leading medical technology. The only thing holding us back from our goals is increased advertising. The science and the manufacturing is already completed. So we are looking for rapid additional funding, new customers, and advertising to rapidly expand our technology, save lives. Tragic deaths like icons like Tina Turner and Queen Elizabeth could have been prevented if more people knew about Aja's life-saving technology. In fact, 5 million people a month die without our technology. So our vision and goal is to get our technology out as soon as possible and save as many lives as possible. That's it.
Okay. Thank you. If you want to meet Timothy in the chat. And Timothy, you should put your information in the chat. And everybody should do that following your pitch. Up next is Anton.
Hi, everybody. My name's Anton. I'm a founder of EasyChamp. I've always been passionate about sports, and I started organizing events like FIFA competitions with my dorm buddies early on. I've seen it a million times when people, including myself, grab a piece of paper to do all the scheduling, drawing, statistics, and it takes days and weeks configuring a competition with existing software, manually entering all teams, rosters, and doing the scheduling. People deserve something better, and that's what inspired me to create an EasyChamp, a platform that is going to make a league management a breeze. Imagine setting up your league website just in minutes, keeping a lifetime competition history, and leveraging AI to record results and statistics. EasyChamp makes all of this possible by allowing you to generate breakouts, enter match facts, and build lifetime team and player profiles all in one place. The sports and esports market is booming, showing an incredible 15 to 20% growth for the next 5 years. Our target market includes everyone who is involved in organizing and participating in competitions, from youth academies to professional leagues in the United States and beyond. Our business model includes 3 pricing tiers, and organizers could easily generate income by setting a fee per participant, while EasyChamp earns revenue through transaction fee per payment. We harness the power of AI-driven voice-to-text technology and seamlessly integrate with popular games like eSports FIFA and Konami Football. We've run Beets with 5 leagues in Miami, and they've gone from spending 10 hours to 3 hours a week on league management. Our amazing team includes experienced professionals in software engineering, design, sales, and business advising. And we're looking for a fundraise to invest into product development, sales, and partnership. We have ambitious plans to expand into new states, countries, and support new sports. And I can't stop sharing myself because it's overwhelming. Like today, I've got an approval for my extraordinary talent petition in the United States. That's it. Thank you for listening. And Mark, it would be great if you could just please accept my connection in LinkedIn.
Thank you. We'll try. Up next is James. Oh, by the way, we have over 200 people in the room again. You guys are amazing that we can keep getting that kind of audience every week. It blows my mind. James, you're up next.
Hi, Mark. Hi, everyone.
Wrong James, I think. James.
Oh, I'm
Wrong
sorry,
James.
James. My apologies. It's James
Haungs.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries. What up, everybody? So grateful to be here. Thank you so much. Mark, I'm on your calendar for tomorrow. I'm grateful about that. Looking forward to that as well. I own a telemedicine platform. We got supporting apps on iPhone and Android, serving anyone who likes to Zoom with someone else and improve their life, someone that has something to share with the world. Me personally, I'm passionate about emotional support and providing that service to uninsured or people that can't afford maybe a psychologist or a therapist and want more than the call warm line. So hoping to expose on that market, but definitely not limited to it. Greatness is not an achievement, but it is a perspective. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. So I got lots of great news. First part of great news, I was on here 2 weeks, you guys may remember, but I did not get investors. That means it's still open to all you guys. Very good. Another part of great news is that although my company is not in debt, I am not in the best spot financially, so I would be inclined to give very generous offers to be a part of my company. Another great news is that I'm willing to assign debt to my company, which means that even though I've been working on this 3 years and paid a lot of money in this last 3 years to build this thing, you guys as an investor will get paid back before I will pay myself, okay? And last part of great news is that you can get on board now and help me actually develop this thing and basically help me make the world a better place with your involvement and your advice, which I am always open to. And I have a pitch deck. I am putting my information in the chat right now. It's there and I am complete. Thank you so much.
Thanks, James. Awesome. Up next is Ravi.
Thanks, Mark. So I'm the founder of Colabus. It's a team collaboration software. Basically, think of if you wanted to have the functionality of Slack, Zoom, Jira, Asana, workflows, idea management, everything all put together in one place. That's our software. And it also has AI, which is meaningful, which gives you real collaboration intelligence that can tell you whether your project is going to succeed or fail. So with that, I'm just going to give an offer to all the people on the community. There are a lot of startups. Please feel free to use the software for free. www.colabus.com. It's COLABUS 1L.com. And I really look forward to it. Mark, you've done a wonderful job. It's been a fantastic process. The last time I pitched, I got some responses. Even today, I got some people asking for it. I really, really appreciate it. So anybody interested, we are looking to raise $1 million. And I think this is going to be the next hot startup. Thank you.
Awesome. I love how short and sweet that was. Check with Ravi in the chat. Up next is Tom Brady, who is he has one of my favorite companies that comes and pitches us here.
Mark, it's great to be back. And I want to say how effective this network of investors is. And we are most appreciative of the level of quality in the room. As you may have heard in my prior presentations, Pharma did win our first contract in Saudi Arabia for breast cancer therapy. The contract was signed. It's a 2-year deal funded by King Faisal Hospital. It's a very significant contract because it opens the door to the $800 million set aside by the Saudi NIH. We are an AI drug discovery and microsphere drug delivery company with 10 patents issued, several pending. We have 10 published scientific articles validating this platform technology, and we're approved in Australia to start a clinical trial right now. We won a DoD contract, so we are generating revenue for the US Army, and we've already raised $24 million. We have 280 investors in the company. Right now, I'm raising $4.9 million at 50 cents a share. That is a $27 million pre-money valuation. This will expire in less than roughly 2 weeks. So it's a unique opportunity if you're an accredited investor or have access to funds and you want to ride with us in our success. I also want to let you know the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation gave us $1 million, and we've also benefited from some US grants. Why did we focus on breast cancer? Well, in Saudi Arabia, breast cancer is 350% higher than in the USA, and the government decided that is a major national health problem, and they've made it a priority, and they've asked Pharma to address that priority. And in addition to the contract we just signed on May 11th, we just received an RFP. It's 100 pages. It's for 2 drug developments from beginning to end. It's a very significant piece of business. We didn't expect it. You're welcome to reach me through LinkedIn or send me an email at tbrady@flowpharma.com if you'd like a copy of the deck. Thank you so much, Mark. You're a rock star.
Well, your company is a rock star. I mean, let's go and solve breast cancer. I love what you're doing. All right, up next is Yani and Yanni's wife, Jody. This is the most fantastic company that they are running. I highly recommend to investors in the room to dive deep and take a look. Go ahead, Yani.
Thanks, Mark. We are flipping hospitality world on its head. Wouldn't you like to get paid to stay at a hotel if you did your part to do to create a greener planet? After transportation, hotels are the second highest draw on the grid. They are scrambling to meet global mandates of reducing carbon emissions by up to 66% by 2030. They have limited options that don't require massive investments and downtime until now. I'm Yani Deros, CEO of CiIRQ+, a patented enterprise smart room system reducing energy costs by up to 40% while reducing carbon emissions with plug-and-play technology. CiIRQ is also taking your hotel experience to the next level by incentivizing you to play a role in reducing the hotel's carbon footprint. We all know Intel Inside campaign. Well, we're building a network of CiIRQ-enabled hotels globally. Simply use less energy and we will issue you certified carbon rewards. Together, we can create the ultimate global loyalty program. ESG credits will be a massive business. Wouldn't it be incredible if you could sell those credits that you help receive by helping them save money? Who wants on our rocket ship? Raised $2.7 million to date, open pre-A series round of $3 million, $500,000 committed by a large family fund. Join us today, invest, and together we can create and deliver a sustainable, greener future for us all. Thank you.
And those products that you see behind Yani are real. Those products exist. Yanni's even shipping some out to MGM hotels right now because they want to start to test them in their hotels. You guys really should take a look at what he's created. This is a fantastic technology play. Thank you, Yani. I'm going to move on. Eli's up next.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Mark, for everything you do. I'm Eli Massabki, founder and CEO of Skill Loan. We're building the first apprenticeship and recruiting platform for the trades, or what I have termed a career journey platform. The trades include 2.8 million businesses in manufacturing, automotive, construction, and other blue-collar industries. So, ladies and gentlemen, 3 decades of labor platforms have not solved the talent shortage. We have a shortage of 7.6 million skilled workers in the country, causing a $2.2 trillion profit shortfall. Yet high school and trade school graduates are having difficulty finding jobs that pay good living wages. The solution is to properly train students in skills that the country desperately needs in the trades and will lead to good paying jobs and careers without being burdened by huge debt that they can't afford to repay. To achieve this goal, we're building a sticky and scalable career journey SaaS platform that enables businesses to manage and streamline their apprenticeship programs, promote their jobs to students with interest in the trades, and also recruit experienced workers. We keep workers engaged in the app throughout their careers with fun educational games. The TAM exceeds $17 billion, with the apprenticeship market opportunity being mostly untapped. We're collaborating with automotive associations, trade schools, colleges, and nonprofits. We're generating $70,000 per month. We are cash flow positive with a gross profit margin of 75%. We recently signed up Lithia Motors, the second largest dealership group in the country. We're looking to raise $3 million. We're looking for advisors who share our passion. So I invite you to join me to fix the skilled labor shortage once and for all. And let's open the door to new career opportunities for our youth, unburdened by loans they can't repay. Thank you.
All right, sounds great. Thank you for the pitch. Up next is Chris. And this is Chris with Grahamity, in case we have more than one Chris in the room.
Thank you. Thanks, Mark. My name is Chris. I am the founder and CEO of Grahamity. I am also a dog trainer. And as somebody who works one-on-one with somebody, one of the most challenging things is following up with them, because you can't just copy paste an email because everybody is unique. And there is no system out there to send a mass customized follow-up email that is specifically going to have the information required. So I built Grahamity. Grahamity is complete at this point. We are just trying to onboard people, and that's where we've run into some issues, and that's why I'm here today. I'm looking for somebody who can jump on board, who wants to join a startup and really help us figure out what's going to get people using this platform. I know people want it. I've been to a couple of different trade shows. I had one person start crying at my booth, literally, because they learned that this exists, and then she never started using it. So I do need some help figuring out that one piece, and I'm looking for somebody who is able to do that. My chat isn't working, so if you see on my name, I have my email listed out there. I want to connect with somebody for this. There is a slice of the pie available for you if you want to join as a co-founder. That is what I am looking for. So thank you, Mark, and I look forward to meeting y'all.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Up next is Zach.
Thanks, Mark, and thank you very much for putting this on. My name is Zack Varkaris. This is the fourth time I've done this. I'm the founder and scientific director of Austin Biotech. What would you do with 130 years of life looking and feeling like a fit 37-year-old? Our ethos is a fully fit and functioning reproductive system and aesthetics that are the duality of a long extended life. We've developed an autologous stem cell procedure and a topical face serum that rejuvenates the follicular organs in your body. These are the ovaries, testes, and skin in the main part. There are other ones as well. And this means reversing menopause, tightening your skin, thicker, fuller hair, increased bone density and muscle mass, as well as significantly more robust sex drive and mental acuity. There are 133 million people in the US between the ages of 35 and 70, spending $300 billion a year on health treatments. We aim to capture 600 of these to generate 10 million a year in revenue. Phase 1 had an 85% success rate reversing menopause on a sample size of 41 and an average age of 52 years old. In the USA, we're cleared with our surgeons, clinics, and topical face serums with the FDA. And these products are now in the process of being placed in Whole Foods and Amazon, and have been placed in clinics in Florida, Texas, and California. We raised $85,350K, and we're looking to inject that liquidity into our marketing and advertising campaign, as well as hire key members of our team, a data entry specialist, an additional MD if possible, and a registered nurse LPN. We'll consider equity for work, and currently we receive 3 to 4 inquiries a month with no advertising and a 70% conversion rate. 20% is our break even. Gives you 20 procedures a month gives you 100% return after year 1. 9 procedures is our break even. So if your investors is timing, my stuff's in the chat. So if you guys want to follow up, we've already raised 85, so we're just getting the other 200 and something. Thanks.
Okay, Zach, sounds fascinating. Looking forward to learning more. Up next is Pooma. Or Pharma. I'm sorry if I didn't get that right.
Yeah, this is Shekar, Mark. Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm actually from India, and I've started a product called Proof a few years back as a billing software. Right now, we are actually moving it the level of ERP, and we are actually providing it completely at free of cost. And currently, we do have like 5,000 plus active customers. And also we are providing this software and web-based version so that people can also directly use it from the website as well as mobile applications and Android as well as iOS. And also the revenue model for this is like ad-based. So we do have our own advertisement platform with us as we do have a lot of information of the customers. And with that, and most of our customers are like business people. So the advertisements will be like target based exactly. Yeah. That's it. And I want to say one more thing, like we are also moving like pretty fast these days. Like the main reason that we move fast is like we offer this product for free of cost and we do not charge our customers. And as we get only revenue only through advertisements. The main reason for giving this product for free of cost is because of the culture in India. Like most of the people actually look for products which are available for free of cost. And also, we are also providing great support through our interns, as we do have a lot of interns who work for free of cost for us. And every year we are hereafter going to train like around 3,000 to 8,000 interns in 2 different semesters, in fall as well as in winter semester. So this is actually our one of the biggest point, which not other startups and other people have, because we also invest on our interns, but we do not pay them, and which actually helps them it's both a win-win situation for us. So we'll get trained on our software before getting into the market, and as well as even our product comes for free of cost. Yeah, that's it. And we are looking actually for funding right now, somewhere between like 500,000 to $2 million for equity stake of 10 to 15%.
Okay, thank you very much for pitching. Up next is Tom Kuhl, followed by Foster Beets. Tom, you're up next.
Hey, good to be back. It's been a while. As we know, jet fuel is highly toxic stuff. A lot of it at airports. It's about equal to refineries in a lot of ways. One new thing, the Pentagon just released in February a report. They discovered that pilots and ground crews in the military have a 24% greater chance of being diagnosed with cancer as versus the general population. Compare that to asbestos, which is a 28% greater chance for lung cancer. So they're pretty close there. I'm beginning to think that maybe mitigating this stuff is going to be required. And I've got some great technology. I've got an explainer video up there. I'd love to hear feedback on it. So go ahead and let me know what you think, guys.
Thanks, Tom. Glad to have you back. All right, up next is Foster. You're on mute still. There you go.
Hi, my name is Simona and I'm with Foster Beets. I am one of the last Camachos and I want to harness a concept that was passed down from my grandfather. It regards that Foster Beets be used as a way to supplement farm workers here in the US. So I'm excited about pitching this concept because I believe that it is in fact, a business disruptor model that I've tested in the field and I'm ready to launch. I've been doing a Wix site right now just to get the marketing and the word out about it. But this concept will be franchised with greenhouses and also storefronts. So very exciting to share this business model and how we can plant it forward, which is a concept that basically kind of ridden with the pay it forward idea that was passed down through generations that I believe is a social cause. It also involves the food and beverage business sector, along with the greenhouses that we'll be utilizing. So everybody can be involved in this business goal. I look forward to hearing how my pitch deck will be in the hands of a lot of people who don't know, but this is a agri-tech, in fact, business. So it definitely deals with the real world problems that we have and offering a solution using tech. And we do time lapse as well. So again, my name is Foster Beets, but my real name is Simona.
So put your real name in the chat so we can get to know you. You're over your time, so we're going to have to move on. Up next is Francisco. And there you go.
Hello. Yeah. So I want to paint you a picture. We all remember once being 18, just out of school. In this picture, you did okay, not great in school, but you're excited about college. You just got into school after maybe being rejected by a few. But just before your first week, they closed their doors because they had a cyber attack and they couldn't recover. My name is Francisco Alvarez from Blue Lock AI, and these kind of stories make me very mad. We're looking to revolutionize cybersecurity by defeating these cyber attacks with artificial intelligence. We've built a low-cost cybersecurity software that uses AI to detect these cyber attacks in real time as they are occurring. All our code is in-house. We've built it ourselves, and it implements tools that let us stop these cyber attacks before they become a big problem. We're already helping companies protect their users' data. We have a dedicated team that has over 20 years in cybersecurity and software development. And we're currently raising around $1 million for our seed round for us to enter the US market. We're from Chile, and also to expand our sales. We believe that artificial intelligence is the future of cybersecurity, and at Blue Lock AI, we are building that future. Thank you very much.
I like your name, Blue Lock, by the way. Looking forward to learning more. Up next is Rajiv.
Thank you so much, Mark. Great to be here again. A small shout out about me is that I'm perhaps one of the only marketers here who's featured in the Guinness Book of Records for creating the world's largest launch for Unilever. Now, I don't say that to brag, but I say that just to let you know that I know something about product launch. I would like to say that this specific launch was the Lipton green tea launch. And the way that we did it was by leveraging key product insight. So there's something in green tea called theanine that helps you with mental agility and focus. And then we leverage that insight by thinking about a path-breaking idea. We were thinking about how do we make this idea big and how do we make it fun? And then we came up with the idea of creating an interactive jigsaw puzzle that became the world's largest jigsaw puzzle. And that's what got us into the Guinness Book of Records. This campaign was so successful that it outsold the product nationally, both wholesale and retail twice back to back. And it was a mind-blowing campaign for Unilever. The technologies and the process and the methodologies that we use are the same that is in our product launch software called Lylli Launchtools. In fact, another example or a success of Lylli Launchtools is that my partner, Lynn Donaldson, helped a company achieve $1.3 billion in additional sales at launch for a test product. This was for a pharma product. Again, not saying that to brag, but just to let you know that we are able to deliver results at scale with a proven model. We're looking to raise $1.5 million on SAFE for a $5 million post-money valuation. I'll keep my details in the chat and would love for everyone to take Lylli Launchtools for a test drive. It's free to use, no credit card needed. And we're happy to extend the 30-day trial to a 60-day trial, especially for this community. Thank you again, Mark, and thanks for the opportunity.
Great, let's move on. Up next is Kyle.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm Kyle from Cut Accord Entertainment. Cut spelled with a K, and I kind of got thrown into this because I started the pandemic with a month in the hospital before rolling out in a wheelchair. That wasn't much fun, but I invented the Case Smart Hub to make things easier. Takes your coax cable or satellite broadcast TV connection along with your fiber optic or Ethernet internet connection and HDMI or USB connections from other devices to wirelessly connect your home and record all content. That'll be guaranteed to save over $420 a year for over 160 million Americans. So it just makes things easier and lets you access all of your content and record it just to make things easier and save you money, guaranteed by the federal government. Also, another big thing, I've got an older brother named Mark who was born in November, and I would much rather have Mark November be my big brother.
Oh,
And I hope everybody has a good night and have a good one.
okay. Well, that was clever. Thanks, Kyle. We're gonna move on. Up next is Gene.
Hey, good evening, Mark. Good evening, everybody. My name's Gene Hamel. I have a management company, 3Chord Management. What we're talking about tonight is we do container homes.
Kill the person from investing. Wait a minute, Gene. Gene, hold on. I'm gonna mute because someone in the community's got an open mic. You're gonna have to now unmute yourself. Just restart. My apologies. Go ahead.
No problem. I'm used to having curves thrown on me all day long, so this is nothing new, right? I appreciate everything your group's done here. I have talked some months back, so we've got a little bit of traction to talk about. We do shipping container homes. Everybody needs a home, right? And everybody knows it's disaster. It's the U.S. marketplace right now. We've gotten away from the affordable moniker and get more to an attainable, because a house in San Francisco is going to be much different cost than a house in Iowa. So we're gearing up. We are ready to become modular certified, which brings financing on board for these homes, insurance. That's been a big roadblock for the industry as a whole. We're also using some of the energy credits. We own a solar company. We put solar on these, and we can use those federal and state tax credits to help people get a qualified mortgage, which is use some of those credits to help on the pay downs. Really about helping that single parent that's got a couple kids and really needs to get a hand up and get started. We base this on trying to get someone that's making $15 an hour at, say, a Wendy's, that can get into unattainable housing. A lot of activity. We are pre-seed. Unfortunately, houses cost a lot of money to get the materials and everything else. We're in the middle of a 20 million capital raise. We can break that down into smaller segments, 100,000, 500,000, that type of thing. So just want to get on here and say, Piedmont Green, I'll put all my information on there, Greenville Affordable Housing, and we'll get all listing on there. So great, Mark. And we do need C-level people to come in. This is a huge project. We're ramping up in multiple states, so we do need the help financially and with C-suite. Thanks.
Thanks, Gene. All right, up next is our friend Mario, who we haven't seen in a while, but glad to have back.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you all for coming to this and listening to all of us. Very, very briefly, I've got something a little different than what you've been hearing tonight, but the advantage is that in my case, yes, we're pre-seed, we're pre-MVP, but I can show you with very simple numbers that we can make a profit our first year. In fact, a 12x profit our first year. I'm Mario Castellanos. I'm the founder of Mystery on Main Street. Mystery on Main Street brings a whole new way to bring people back into shopping local. And those people can, through gamification, can gain in the process. So it's a win for everyone. The shop owner wins because we're bringing people inside their stores. The player wins because they have a chance to cash prizes, plus many other prizes as well. And the investor wins because the investor can get as much as a 12x profit the first year, year one. I've got the numbers for that. Take a look at our website. It's mysteryonmainstreet.com. I've got all the information you'd ever want as an investor. We've got a full team. We've got a CTO and his group. I've got a CFO. I've got 2 people with retail backgrounds. Each one of them have over 40 years, close to 40 years of experience. I'm about to hire a human resources individual who also has a great deal of experience. So the amount of experience in my company I'll put it to you this way, it's a dream company come true for a potential investor. Please feel free to call me. My name is Mario Castellanos, mysteryonmainstreet.com. And thank you again.
Thanks, Mario. Up next is Alexie.
Okay. Hi, Mark. I wasn't really sure if I was going to come up. Anyway, hi, my name is Alexie Apeles, and I am VP of Prime Star Capital. This is actually my second time here, originally started attending to look at the other deals being pitched. This time around, I'm actually pitching for myself. Anyway, we recently partnered with another company, which just launched the Integrity Film Fund. This allows investors the opportunity to partake in one of the most exclusive investments in the world, which has been featured in the financial and entertainment news. In partnership with Paramount Pictures, our fund makes investments in secure, pre-sold, and highly profitable A+ list Hollywood film franchises like Top Gun, Mission Impossible, and Transformers, with stars such as Ryan Reynolds, Robert De Niro, Jenna Ortega, Tom Cruise, and Keanu Reeves. We are also directly partnered with C2 Media, the producer of The Joker and Dungeons and Dragons, as well as other industry giants like Sony, Universal, and Lionsgate. All of our investments maintain strict internal qualification metrics regarding pre-sales and risk mitigation. Historically, returns on these productions were outperformed most other types of market investments. The success of our co-finance partner, C2 Media, proves an established track record of impressive returns. Our fund represents an excellent and diversified portfolio mix and offer investors an initial redemption within one year at 112%. Our targeted return is 12 to 15% annually with a protected downside. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, just feel free to email me. I will put my information in the chat.
Great. Moving on, up next is Martin. And Martin, I sure hope you will be there next week because I moved the time for, you're like you and others. What time is it right now where you're at?
Right now it's 2 a.m.
So please take advantage of next week's earlier time so we can see if we can get a large enough audience at that time. Martin, go ahead. I like what you're doing. Please tell our audience.
Well, my name is Martin Sornes, and I'm the founder of Hero Medical. We still test hearing almost the same way today as in the birth of audiology in the years after World War II. I have invented a product for free field audiometry. This product has the potential to become the main test device for audiology. Free field testing, opposed to headphones, is a more authentic way to test hearing as it also includes outer ear effects. There are 430 million people in the world with a disabling hearing loss, and most of us will be a part of that number once we reach a certain age. For the sake of all these people and ourselves, we need to develop a more accurate and relevant measurement of hearing. Better testing can lead to easier detection of rare diseases, more accurate diagnosis, and ultimately better fitting of hearing aids. The TAM for audiometers exceeds $400 million. I have been working on this since 2006, and I know firsthand the importance of diagnosis, as I have yet to be diagnosed with a Meniere's disease, which has made me deaf on my right ear. Although there is no cure, diagnosis is important to get closure and move on with your life. I am looking for a co-founder, someone to design the software, someone to manage the regulatory process, and $1 million in funding to build a prototype and get the core team in place. I'm also speaking at Auto Rhino 2023 in Paris this summer. Thank you.
Martin is the perfect example, in my opinion, of somebody who's invented something the world needs, and he needs a team. So if there's anybody out there that would like to be part of his team, there are many of you who know how to develop software. Please reach out to Martin. Up next is Adam.
Mark, thank you as always. Such an amazing program. Kudos, kudos. In any case, we all love pizza. Imagine if you could eat pizza that was actually good for you. That sounds ridiculous, but it is actually science. I am Adam Southam, founder of GoKnow. GoKnow is a personalized precision food as medicine app. Tells you whether or not the food you eat is good or bad for you based upon peer-reviewed third-party clinical studies. You either download the app or use it on your computer, enter your conditions and goals. If you're in a store, you scan the product with your phone, and it will immediately tell you whether it's good or bad for your individual conditions or goals, and give you alternatives for what other products could be. 80% of chronic disease is caused by the bad food we eat. That's $3.1 trillion of wasted sick care in America. 52%, these are the only two numbers you need to remember, 52% of people are actually reading the label in the grocery store. So we know that people want it. We know people need it. We know the outcomes of it. We're taking a process like Uber took the taxi ride and making it simple, fast, and credible. Our TAM is 136 million Americans alone. We're a B2B SaaS solution sold to grocery stores, life insurance, health insurance, associations, employee benefits, etc. The product is live in the Apple and Android store right now, and we have proven product market fit, seeking $2 million in a convertible note on a $6 million pre-money valuation. We have about 40 guys and gals on our advisory board and are looking for additional experts, specifically in the grocery sector and sales savants. That's it. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Adam. Up next is Jack. Jack from, in case we have multiple Jacks in the queue.
There, I got it muted right away this time. How about that?
Perfect.
How you doing, Mark? Hello, everybody. My name is Jack Fromm. I'm pretty sure that we're all aware of the water shortages worldwide that are caused by climate change. Well, PECW LLC, also doing business as Planet Earth Car Wash and Planet Earth Wash Solutions, is meeting this crisis head on ahead of water mandates. We're currently looking for investors who would like to share equity in our company or would consider a convertible note. Planet Earth Car Wash is net zero water, net zero energy, net zero carbon, zero waste, and zero inequity. We also will have an EV fast charger in every vacuum bay. Well, because we will recycle 100% of our water, we've created Planet Earth Wash Solutions. These solutions are organic, plant-based wash solutions that are patent pending and are currently being developed in our lab in Utah. Today's chemicals that are being used in traditional car washes are caustic and would kill the microorganisms that do the dirty work of making the water potable again. Since several countries and other industries that have been following me have shown interest in our trio of net zero concepts, we've started actually creating a potential customer contact list. So if you would like to help us save the planet one car wash at a time, while also earning a hefty return on investment, then contact me on LinkedIn or email me at pecwllc@gmail.com. Once again, that's pecwllc@gmail.com. And thanks you all for your time.
Perfect. Thanks, Jack. Up next
Mark.
is Mindy Lee.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Great.
So I didn't know that I was going to be next. Mark didn't have me in the list for the queue, so here we are. So thank you for having me back. I haven't been on in a while. I know you've been kind of wondering where I went, and I signed up 4 times and didn't show up. So I'll keep it short today. I've been working a lot on product. My name is Mindy Lee. My company is VEIT Incorporated, and I make blockchain-based operating systems kernels. So most people go, what is that? So I'm going to start with questions. So who hates slow internet and streaming speeds and limited space for data storage? One of the things I really want to talk to you today about is the increased speeds Mark. Before I was here, it was about 5 million unique ID blocks per second. I tweaked the compression algorithm. I'm going to be applying it to a bandwidth API. I'm now at about 143 billion unique block ID in 2 seconds. So it's smoking hot. That is on my lovely Lenovo i5 Windows laptop. And like I said, I'm looking for bandwidth API, 200,000. And I'm also going to create a hardware piece, like a wearable, let's call it IBM mainframe on the fly, because what I do is energy free, as you know, Mark. It's memory free, so it doesn't register CPU or memory on my laptop, and extremely fast and infinitely scalable, beautiful system. So that's pretty much it for my update today. Looking to connect with people who want to be on the team to help expand it, looking for investors, obviously. First project of bandwidth is about 200,000 we're looking for, and second project with regard to the wearable data storage platform. So like store anything you want. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Mindy, real quick, James Lapino is in the audience, and you should talk to James if you haven't already. And I'd be interested in having a conversation with you one-on-one. So reach out to me at mark@venturestarters.com. Up next is James.
Thank you so much. You've been great. And also let you know the product's already built. So this is built. I'm looking for API now. Take care.
Fantastic. Okay, up next is James Kirk.
Hi, Mark. I hope I'm the right James this time.
You are.
Great. I'm here to talk today about Stovetrot. It's a brand new mobile in-home cooking service. It's where neighbors cook for neighbors. And we have a gig economy platform where people are going to be able to come in and cook their favorite dishes for other people in the community, get paid to do it. You enjoy cooking, this is your chance to go out, meet new people, cook for new people, you know, make an impression, get out and about in the community. And it's really going to be an impressive thing. I'll just tell you a few facts about the business real quick, just to get us started here. If I can get it to switch over to my script here. Yeah, there's a little technical difficulty there for a minute, but we are a new in-home cooking service that we serve hungry customers and connect them with talented cooks. Whether you want to enjoy a delicious meal at home or host a dinner party or surprise your loved ones with a special treat, Stovetrot can help you find that perfect cook for your needs. Stovetrot works through a central app that tells you to browse through a list of variety of cuisines, dishes, and prices. You can also see the ratings and reviews of each cook and their specialties. This is basically a system that allows people to connect their needs for cooking with people who are qualified to cook. Of course, everyone's trained in safety procedures. It's all, you know, everybody knows what they're doing. There's ratings and reviews so that we can see who you're hiring, and you know, and everyone's background checked, and nobody is going to come into your home and create anything weird. So, you know, it's we're looking for $100,000 for 10% of the company. And if you'd like to talk to me more about how to get started with this cooking revolution, let me know. Thank you.
Thanks, James. We're going to move on. Up next is Eric.
Hello, I'm Eric Terrell, and thank you, Mark, for that referral the other day. I really appreciate it. We're introducing our product, and behind me is my MVP for My Life mobile user application. We have a mobile and web app that allows users to search and retain events, restaurants, meetings, food trucks, musicians, attractions, and all things of interest. The app is fully loaded with content using multiple APIs and targeted content acquisition. We focus on low cost and free events, but we have exits to the major ticketing websites. Why invest? We have a patent pending. We have great returns. We're highly scalable. Does not need to be manufactured. We don't need to get government approval. We're marketed individually to buyers. We have a slow burn rate, few employees, and it's very technical. Key features, no known competitors, just a lot of frustrating multiple searches. The users can create 4 preferences like kids outing or date night and select from over 900 items in the app, and it'll deliver information based on geolocation and zip. You can add those items to your hot list, following, and favorites lists, and immediately recall the information. You can organize events with your friends within the app. A business could go find out who's searching for them, create ads, add over 900 features to their business description without the expense of changing a website. You can advertise new events happening at their location. They can actually get reviews from users that are private and won't be published. The MVP's in the stores. So website's mylifemobile.net. It's free to users, low cost to all other entities. Starting in Arizona, then we're going to roll out to the next 120 largest cities. We started marketing a month ago. We got 9 cities and 4 newspapers committed to use the app. Looking for 300,000, 150 for programming and 150 for marketing. Email me as soon as you have your first My Life moment and wish you had used this app. Thanks.
All right, great pitch, Eric. I like the way you had the visuals in the background. Up next is one of the most prolific multitaskers that attends our events every single week, Callie, who is always doing something in the background, and it always impresses me how many things she's doing at once.
I'm doing custom Ukrainian golden Meyer art for my best friend from the Milwaukee Public School District from the Department of Ed when I was at Wisconsin Virtual Learning. So I hope this is on video because my best friend, please just send me this video because it'll make her so happy. I did this Brewers color, Milwaukee Brewers colored yellow and blue golden Meyer art for your classroom, Aviva. Okay, now, secondary side, I've been doing digital marketing and online marketing for over 20 years. I had a website in college, we pivoted, and then since then I've been in digital and multi-marketing sales and publishing. I was at the Miami New Times, Broward New Times, which is part of Village Voice Media Group. And it's prolific in Arizona and California, and I'm sure people know of the New Times. Beyond that, my business partner and I met there. She was the regional marketing director, and I did sales. I was a house account manager. And with that said, we have worked together for almost 20 years. Our business is an equity startup marketing agency. We build products, we incubate them, then we accelerate them, we help them go to market, we help them get user acquisition and growth hack. One of the other things that we do though is Triumph working in the female funded founder space. I'm more likely to accept a Zoom meeting with you if you're a lady. And I'm also going to be more excited if you're a minority woman, someone that's got multiple kids at home while building their business in their basement is exactly who we want to talk to. We love it. Another thing that we're really kind of shifting away from is going from farm to market because we've done this so long that we now have a turnkey solution to go into Whole Foods or Archer Farms, Target corporate office so that your brand can be literally on the shelf in hundreds of different locations. With that said, unpreserved, unpreserved@gmail.com is my email. And I'm looking forward to speaking with you soon. And I'm very excited to send Aviva the email. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Callie. Up next is David Gastelum. You're still on mute. There you go.
Hi, everybody. Thank you very much. My name is David. I'm the founder of Dash. I was a firefighter in LA for almost 30 years. I retired so that I can do my startup full time. And it came out of the sadly tragedy. A friend of mine had died in line of duty, and we wanted to put together a slideshow for his commemoration of life. And we found out that it was a little bit daunting, and then we wanted to put it onto a QR code so that people can easily scan it and see his life and put it onto his memorial. That was a little too challenging to do for 2023 now. And I came up with my startup Dash. And the main problem is USB devices. You put typically right now, the current solution is people put their memory slideshows onto a USB. You create it on a mobile app or a digital or a desktop platform, load it onto a USB, then you take it to the funeral home and you plug it into the funeral home, they play it, and that's it. How do you get that slideshow on the USB and share it down the road? That gets stuffed in a drawer. If you want to share it, maybe you can get high speed and put it on a Google Drive or a link, and then you can email it to each other. So that we created a way for people to be able to create a slideshow, do graphic design onto a QR code, and easily get it into your hands and into the funeral homes. And this way people can scan the QR code and see the slideshow, and you keep it for life. And it's essentially Dash is replacing the USB with a QR code. I'm pre-seed, pre-revenue, and I'm hustling and bootstrapping. I have a website. And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, David. And for those of you that are serious about being in the Venture Starters community, you need to know our next speaker, Blake Wind. Blake, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mark. I have no idea where I was in the queue, so I appreciate the shout out. It's wonderful to be back here. Just very briefly, I work with now a couple of different XR companies that are still currently raising, and I'm happy to talk XR any day of the week if someone is interested. But I come here primarily because of one thing. I love to support the community here and pass them through to my contacts. I used to work in VC. It's possible by the end of the year I'll be working in VC again, but I have active contacts in both Techstars and SOSV on the accelerator side, as well as a bunch of CVCs, including Honda and a couple of others. So basically, I love to pass people through. If there's a chance that you're in deep tech with something involving unique IP, I'd love to speak with you. Please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Thanks again, Mark.
Thanks, Blake. Up next is Petros.
Want you all to picture this. It's Friday night, you just got off work, your family, they're out of town, it's just you don't know what you're gonna do, your friend calls you up, I got the best Kobe beef steaks, come over, can you stop off and get some wine on your way here? You're excited, you go to the liquor store, you splurge on the Bordeaux, you get the 25-year Glen Fargus, you go for it. You notice the cashier puts it in a paper bag, no plastic lining. You don't think much of it. Go to your car, it's raining out a little bit. You get to your friend's house, and just as you step out, grab the bag, whoosh, Bordeaux is gone. 25-year scotch, gone. It just fell right through the bag. All because some turtle got a straw stuck in its nose, and now everyone's banning plastic. That happened to me, and I vowed on that day I would never be without a reusable bag again. Hi, my name is Petros Papoulis. I'm the co-founder and CEO of CiIRQ, and we design, manufacture, and distribute the world's most convenient reusable bag. We launched in November. We've done 50K in sales to date. We're looking to end the year at about 150K. We currently have a $350,000 convertible note out. 250 has been invested, so we have about 100 left. We'd love to close it with somebody here, but more importantly, we'd like to bring on a marketing rock star. So if you know how to market consumer goods, if you want to check us out, go to czuniverse.com. If you like our vibe, hit me up, petros@czuniverse.com. Thank you.
Great. Up next is Brian Kassoff.
All right, thank you. This is my second time presenting. I am looking for that small business investor to help build an entertainment facility for the families out here in Las Vegas. I want to build an outdoor mini golf course here in Las Vegas. More and more families are moving here and kids need a place to go. The indoor ones out here, I know their air conditioning gets hot in the summer, but it is so boring to go there. And anyway, in order to make it work, we need to provide shade, misting fans, and a fun and challenging course that will make families and visitors to Vegas to come back again. The course has to be mini PGA regulated. This way the mini PGA Tour can come to our tournament and have it at the site. If we do this about 4 times, the revenue could almost pay off the build and we can expand. We can have student night. We can bring students' IDs, college IDs, schools, anyone with a student ID. Senior citizens night, work out with deals with assisted living. Have a party room 14 by 17 to accommodate guests. Make arrangements with hotels, be able to have their guests transported to our facility. So what I'm really kind of looking for is to build the course, we need $3.5 to $5 million to build it. With that investment, we can buy or lease land, depending what the investment is, build the course, build the check-in and check-out house. The house will hold the office located in the house. The party room would be there, snacks and beverages, and have operating money to stay afloat until the place becomes popular in our area. We need 2.5 acres of land to build the 2 18-hole courses and 1 36 spot. This is a groundbreaking adventure here in Las Vegas, so we have to go big. There's endless revenue possibilities that we can tap into once we're open. We just need that one investor to believe in our mom and pop operation. Thank you.
Brian, make sure you, if you haven't already, talk with Kurt Walker, and he's Mr. Las Vegas, and he might be able to hook you up. And if anybody else is interested, meet Brian in the chat. Up next is
I reached
Colin.
out to him. I'm just waiting.
Okay, great. Up
Thank
next
you.
is Colin.
Hi, my name is Colin Phillips. So I have a mobile app out on the Play Store and the App Store. It's called CiIRQ. So it's a digital name tag app that tracks users within 150 feet and shows their social media. So if you walk into a nightclub, you can just pull up everyone's social media. Or if you go to like a networking event, like a business meeting, you can just pull up everyone's social media. So it makes it easy for like models and like social media creators to like grow from in-person interactions. So like an Instagram model can like walk through the mall and just gain like hundreds of followers without having to talk to people. Because it's like, it's hard to like gain followers because you can't just go up and start talking to people and be like, hey, can you follow me? Hey, can you follow me? But you can probably get a lot of attention in person. And it's only 150 feet. So it's like close proximity. So there's no like random people showing up. And it helps you to meet people that are in the same room as you. So to monetize it, we're going to sell ad space. And then there's going to be a marketplace called the Bodega, where you can sell items locally. So there's going to be same day delivery, but it's only going to be for local sellers. There's no shipping. So it's going to compete with Amazon, but it's only local sellers. It's only local shipping. And there's no like overnight, like it's just same day deliveries. To promote it, I was planning on running like Snapchat and YouTube ads. I was going to like hire a videographer to like get a model using it and shoot some like tutorials on and put them on Snapchat. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks. The app is called CiIRQ and it's out now.
Thanks, Colin. Up next is Joshua.
Hey everyone, and thanks Mark for having me on. My name is Josh. I'm the founder and CEO of Omni Biologics. Quite simply, we develop drugs for complex diseases. Despite decades of research, we still struggle to understand the features that drive disease. And it makes sense. It's really difficult to tackle this problem. Even if we look inside of a single cell, there are thousands of molecular switches that are made up of DNA, RNA, proteins, metabolites, and beyond. And these switches regulate various functions in your body and throughout life can sometimes flip in the wrong direction, which ultimately leads to disease. Unfortunately, for most of history, the simultaneous measurement of these features was impossible, and this greatly limited drug development. It also created a history of failure-ridden, inefficient, and expensive drug development initiatives. So that's where we come in. At Omni Biologics, we use incredibly recent advancements in biotechnology to quantify thousands of diverse molecular features at single-cell resolution. As scientists, we personally call it single-cell multiomics. We leverage a machine learning platform and iterative workflow to gain the best understanding of how these individual switches are turned on and off in response to therapy and disease. And these insights are relevant across the spectrum of drug development, from target discovery, response modeling, and clinical monitoring. Since being incorporated in January 2023 of this year, we have gained considerable traction, having established multiple academic partnerships, a full scientific advisory board with key opinion leaders in the space, being published in Nature and Science, amongst other journals. These collaborations have also resulted in $250,000 in upfront collaborative agreements and access to over 10,000 clinical samples. We have also secured some dedicated lab space and have $1.2 million currently soft circled. A little bit about me. I've been in drug development my entire career. I've developed therapeutics from ideation all the way into clinical trials, where some of those have sold at phase 2. And I'll finish up right now. We're seeking a $5.5 million safe to achieve our next business milestones. Thanks everyone.
Josh. It sounds fascinating. Up next is Kevin.
Hey, everyone. So when you think of tech offshore hiring in America. Everyone always think about India or Eastern Europe, but that comes with a lot of pain points. Waking up at 2 a.m. in the morning or staying up until 11 p.m. At night. And when you think about it, that impacts a lot of collaboration and also impacts the business outcome. So I'm Ken from India. I'm the co-founder of Bridge Labs, and we bring to you the new frontier of offshore hiring. We connect senior level software engineers, data scientists in Africa. Africa is compatible, is time compatible to every country in the world, whether or not you are located in Britain or in the States or Australia. We work on your time zone. So if you are in San Francisco, if you are in Montana, Texas, or even in New York, that 9 to 5, we actually make sure that everything is 8 hours overlap. And we make sure that all of our talent is 6 hours plus vetting. We have a model to make sure that when you talk with our data scientists or our software engineers, it's as if you're talking to someone right down the street. This is why we vet the technical skills, the communication, and behavioral skills as well. And you don't have to worry about any of the human resource or HR compliance, because we are compliant in over 45 African countries to make sure that we are doing the currency changes appropriately. And lastly, we're raising a 500,000 pre-seed round to really grow our sales and operation. And I'm always looking for a COO to join the new frontier of offshore hiring, connecting on the world with African untapped talent.
Thanks, Kevin. Up next is Jonathan.
Thank you so much. My name is Jonathan Predum. I'm a PhD candidate at Clemson University, where I study investor decision making, and specifically how the entrepreneurial pitch may help or hurt investors as they decide what to invest in or what not to invest in. Today, I'm here because I'm seeking connections to venture capitalists, as well as angel investors and informal investors that might be willing to sit down for a quick 45 to 60 minutes interview with me via Zoom to talk about your decision-making processes. Any investor that chooses to do so will receive summary findings of my dissertation and my research, as well as a mention in any and all presentations that I give coming out of my research. And we'll be presenting at Babson coming up, the premier entrepreneurship conference at Knoxville. So I'd love to have some help and get some feedback and information. And I'll post my LinkedIn information in chat here in a minute. Thank you.
I'll volunteer, by the way, at some point, so reach out to me. Up next is Bezod. I'm sorry if I didn't get that right.
Hi, Mark. Thank you for the opportunity. So I'm COO and co-founder of a sleep tech company called Smart Nora. We've developed a validated contact-free solution for snoring and apnea. So globally, about 2.6 billion people deal with these conditions. In US alone, there are 100 million people who deal with it. Essentially, it's 40% of the adult population. So we're still bootstrapped. We haven't raised before, but we've sold 140,000 of our Gen 1 products, generated 40 million since our entry to the market in 2017. And we're now looking to raise a convertible note with a 20% discount. It's a $3 million convertible note. We have half of it already allocated. And so we're launching our Gen 2 product at the end of this year. It comes with an app layer. It's a connected device that does in-home sleep apnea monitoring for you. So because we have a huge customer base, there's been a real opportunity to learn from them and see what they want. So we're excited for the launch at the end of this year. So our patents are granted. We have 2 separate supply chains, 2 separate manufacturers. We exclusively work with DHL, so all the logistics are taken care of. And yeah, wanted to share this with you guys. We're also talking to a private equity firm to do a microcap IPO within 12 months. So if you're interested to invest, your investment will be liquid within 2 years. Thank you. I'll post my contact in the chat. If you'd like to talk more, I'm here.
Sounds great. Very interesting. Thank you for the pitch. Up next is Zane.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Zane McCarthy. I'm the CEO of Z-Score Software. So I think I can actually disrupt the way medicine is just performed, I think, with what I have here. So after a conversation with a woman about her friend's heart murmur, and the physician almost missed the slight change of 2 years of COVID, she was referred to, maybe you should see a cardiologist, because the doctor felt like maybe her heartbeat sounded a little bit different. They found a potential infarction and they interrupted it and their care was there. But I started to wonder why it wasn't being recorded and then played against other exams or re-examined by a clinician atemporally in the time. And so, especially with people with heart conditions, why no one was recording it and actually comparing it for that patient. And so that train of thought led me to every other exam that can be recorded with existing FDA-approved devices. So Z-Score is a powerful suite of software tools that we use machine learning, artificial intelligence, and hybrid quantum computing, and we use it for clinical decision support using indexed digitized patient and population health information. It takes curated digital health data and performs anomaly detection and also allows providers to re-experience the exam or perform them asynchronously. So it's also can be used in a telemedicine manner. It allows for anonymized public health data across large parts of the body, as well as very diverse populations. No such system currently exists that is capable of what is proposed. I've spent the last year working on this. I'm still in stealth mode right now. Long-term, this means you can not only monitor and prevent specific detrimental health outcomes for individual patients, but you can also monitor the local population for health anomalies. An example would be the East Palestine, Ohio train derailment. Instead of looking back and discovering there were higher rates of cancer or low fetal birth weight in the area, you can monitor in close to real time and provide preventative courses of action. Currently, we have 14 patents in the pipeline. There's already a letter of intent signed and in place with the Henry Schein Company. We should be cash flow positive as soon as the MVP is done. And we're raising $3 million on $8 million valuation on a safe or price round.
Awesome. Thanks, Zane. Up next is Thomas.
Yeah, am I on?
You are.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I was going to be later on. Anyway, so what I wanted to do is to share with you an advice. Okay, so my name is Thomas Hong. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I was the founder CEO of 6 companies, and I've raised money from angels, VCs, and corporations. And I've been on this platform several times, and I've identified some factors that cause startups to fail. And I've also shared some advice to help startups succeed. And I noticed that when startups talk about the product, there are many different styles of presenting the products. So I like to suggest a method of presenting your product that I think will attract professional investors. So these are the 5 parts. 1, identify a problem that needs solving. 2, define your solution. 3, explain the benefits of your solution. 4, show your product in comparison with competitors and show the advantages of your product. And then 5, show the market size and also show some reference data that supports your marketing figure. So I think that if you think about this method of presenting your product, you may find that investors will be understand to be more interested than just going into great detail of your product. So anyway, look for my name in chat, and if you would like some help to have your startup succeed, please contact me. Thank you.
Thomas always brings wisdom to the community. I want to thank you, Thomas, for always doing this. But we're grateful. Up next is JD.
All right, so am I unmuted now?
Yes.
Okay, good. The reason why I'm here is, I don't know if most people know this or not, but starting in 2023, if you have a research and development company, you no longer get to use it as a tax write-off. That's correct. No longer will you be able, according to the new IRS code, will you be able to use your research and development, the things that you buy, the stuff that you do as a usual, where before it was all tax deductible, it isn't anymore. In 1999, I started a little research and development company in Georgia, where I'm from, into safe water, safe electricity, safe and environmentally responsible disposal of waste. The three biggest things I saw facing my grandchildren and great-grandchildren in the 21st century. Well, I've been using it as a tax write-off for the past 22 years, and now I've got to turn it into a revenue-generating machine because I will not be able to use it anymore as a tax write-off. So the first thing I thought of was, how am I going to be able to squeeze more energy out of solar and wind for less money? What most people don't really realize is that if you want to generate 1 megawatt of electricity, and you're going to use solar to do it, like all the solar farms you see sprunging up all over the world, you need about 2,000 solar panels, because the average is 400 or 500 a watt each, and you lay them flat. And so the most that they usually can generate is for 4 or 5 hours a day. So I thought, well, wouldn't there be another way to put those up there? So I thought, well, why don't we start putting them in a vertical tower situation? And on top of that tower, why don't we use a vertical wind device, combining solar and wind? So now you can simply put panels on a vertical tower. Think of something like Eiffel Tower, similar to that kind of a tower, but not that large. Of course, you could scale it to as large as you need, provided you've got a strong enough tower. The point being is, as soon as the sun comes up in the morning, it's generating electricity at the full scale of whatever panel you put up there. And if you put heliostats, the little shiny things that you see a lot of other solar farms using to bounce the sunlight back up onto it.
I'm sorry, JD, but you've ran out of your time, and it sounds fascinating, but come back again.
We're trying to raise 586,000. My information's on the the first prototype here in Jacksonville.
Perfect. All right, thank you. We're going to move on.
Sure.
Up next is CiIRQ. I'm sorry, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
Not a problem, Mark. It is Shrikant. So, good evening, everyone. Shrikant from Viera. We're the maker of industrial super workers. And Mark, thank you for putting a great community together. This is my second time here. What we are solving is we are dealing with extreme productivity loss as we bring on new hires while skilled people are leaving the workplace. And so this is a $450 billion loss in productivity. It takes about 8 months for new hires to reach full potential. They are not able to retain more than, they're able to just retain 10% of the information as they move forward. And we have over 39% turnover. So we have a very significant problem here. So what we have done is we have created a patent pending digital platform that powers visual guidance for industrial workers. And it's like magic. You simply take any industrial process, use a point and click interface, build it once, and it'll run on any device, web, tablets, wearables, you name it. So what we're doing is we are bringing together machine vision, AI, and smart data capture to kind of build an entire experience. And what it makes for is a very easy way to build process. And again, get this without any coding. We have shown that it improves productivity, improves user knowledge, and improves quality and safety. 95% of the workers get it right the first time. Our product market fit has shown that this one platform can solve different challenges. Whether you're experienced or inexperienced, you're able to run it. Lastly, we bootstrapped the MVP. At this stage, we have well over 1,100 enterprise users with about 100K in ARR. We are raising $1 million for a $5 million valuation, and that's a safe note, by the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Up next is Ernest. And before you start, Ernest, I just want to say, please, nobody else raise your hand. We're probably not even likely to get to everybody at the very end. We'll try. And if I miss you, we will put you on a list and you can pitch next week. at the beginning, and I'll talk about that when the event is closing up. But let's keep on plowing forward. Ernest, you're up.
Thank you very much, Mark. Are we able to share the screen?
No, sorry about that, but you,
right.
you can go to other events where they do that. This is just
Okay.
their pitch.
That's fine. Thank you. So CiIRQ Protocol is a startup that's dedicated to assisting with clinical procedures. We actually this is a critical activity in healthcare, and we've come up with what we think is the most straightforward, simplest way that actually would help every single nurse and doctor in the country. I don't have enough time to go too much into it, but essentially we allow someone to follow a clinical protocol without missing a beat and recording what they're doing in real time. So they don't have to come back and spend typically 1 to 4 hours per practitioner per day, that they have to waste documenting procedures. So the gist of it is we are business to business in the healthcare IT space, and our business plan is software as a service. So we're a recurring revenue play, and you can find us at CiIRQprotocol.com. We are very capital efficient. We have 2 issued US patents on the process, the last one in the last year, and very capital efficient. Our valuation is just at $4 million, and we're raising $200,000. So thank you very, very much. Appreciate the opportunity to present.
Thank you. Looking forward to learning more. Up next is John, and we don't have the clock working at this moment. I hopefully will get it back up. So if I interrupt you, forgive me, but I'm trying to get everybody in. Go ahead, John.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm John Burlett. I'm considered a safe money guy who has a passion for real estate. I spent 30 plus years in Austin, Texas, building up a retirement financial planning firm, registered investment advisory firm, and focused on safe money, fixed indexed annuities, self-directed IRAs, cash balance pension plans, Roth IRA conversions, etc. I sold my company in March of 21, had a capital gain event, perfect timing. COVID was just breaking out. My wife and I bought a motorhome, traveled 17 states looking at this new tax law called opportunity zones. We ended up landing in a town in Texas on the coast called Rockport. We bought an old hotel. Rockport was the eye of Hurricane Harvey, made landfall here in 2017. So the area, about 50% of structures were destroyed. For those of you who are not from the Texas area, not familiar with Rockport, it's 30 miles north of Corpus Christi, and Corpus is the 4th largest port in America for energy and LNG transportation all around the world. Anyway, Rockport is a very unique opportunity zone location. It's not when you think of Blythe community. In fact, the reason it was included, I think in part was because of Hurricane Harvey, but also because we have so many second homeowners who report their incomes in San Antonio, Austin, Houston, which are like a 3-hour or less drive. Rockport's a fishing destination, a beach destination, family destination. There's been no new hotels built here in the last 7 years since before Harvey. I am on the Tourism Development Council for the chamber here in Rockport, and I have access to the data. We're building the Blue City Paraíso. It's a 60-unit hotel ground up. We demolished the old hotel that was on the site. We're 3 blocks from the bay, out of the floodplain. We also have 3 business income streams. We have a rooftop lounge, a high-end spa on the 2nd floor, and a conference center for corporate events that companies out of San Antonio. Again, San Antonio, Houston, and Austin come here, and it's a very popular destination for tourism. So we have an offering available. It's $16 million development, $8 million equity. We've raised a little over $800,000 already. I'll put my information in the chat room. I'm so happy to have the chance to speak to this group. Thanks.
Thanks, John. We're going to move on. Up next is Monica.
Hey, everybody. Nice to see everyone. Thanks, Mark, for having me. Tonight is going to be a little bit different. You've heard me speak about my core company, but tonight I'm going to talk to you about something else. So, you know, George Clooney, Ryan Reynolds, P. Diddy, many others I could name. What do they have all in common? You would say, well, they're actors, and you would be correct, but that's not the meeting point here. The meeting point here is they all invested into beverage alcohol. They are not faces of the brand. They are not showpieces, sponsored elements. They are investors in the brands themselves. Hence, they had a very, very strong proactive exit, each and every one of them. I'm in the wine and spirits business. We create brands. We created a little brand called Empress 1908 Gin for a private equity group in 2017 that had a $200 million plus exit last summer. Go look it up and try it if you haven't already. It's selling about 250,000 cases this year. We create brands. Wine and spirits. So in our current portfolio, we're about to launch a brand called Prosecco, low calorie, 0 added sugar, under 1.3 carbs. It is the wine you want to be drinking if you're maintaining any sort of health-related fitness goals. I personally work out every day. I don't want to blow my days, my weekends with drinking stuff that's not going to at least be mitigating. This wine is the best Prosecco in the market because once you take out the sugar, you elevate the flavors. Your current Proseccos and sparkling wines, many of them have up to 30 grams of carbohydrate a glass. So this is what we're raising money for right now, and it's ready to launch in September. Thank you.
Thanks, Monica. Up next is Gary.
Good evening, everyone. Mark, this is a fantastic platform. My name is Gary Johnson. I am the co-founder and president of Paradise Express Ferry and Harlem Rocket. We are the first minority-owned, scalable, and sustainable maritime tourism brand that integrates drone technologies and cloud storage with maritime tourism platforms, allowing customers to focus on dynamic video and other media to memorialize their experiences. What does the tourism industry in the United States lack? It lacks growth. The growth is not happening as it used to. The only areas of dynamic growth in the United States demographically are people of color, Latinos, African Americans. Our team is focused on platforms that focus on the culture and the history of dynamic areas in the United States, particularly New York. We are launching an operation called the Harlem Rocket in New York, which launches this summer. It'll utilize a 90-passenger tour vessel that is currently in overhaul on the Hudson River, adjacent to Columbia University's $6 billion campus along the Harlem waterfront. It is groundbreaking. We are introducing kids to the maritime community, and we are also looking to scale in Detroit, New Orleans, and Oakland. We've been featured in Black Enterprise, New York Business Journal, Marine Log Magazine, and Pix 11 News. What makes us different is our team. We are comprised of a naval architect, a Marine Corps retired major who is an IT professional, and we're integrating these technologies to allow this platform not only to succeed in New York, but to scale it in Detroit, New Orleans, and Oakland, growing demographics that we know that we can reach, because I'm also state chair of economic development for the NAACP in New York. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Up next is Dr. Crystal.
Hello, Mark. Thank you so much for these events. I've been coming, obviously, since the inception of these events, and you are truly a trailblazer. I just want to keep this really short and simple. I'm here representing IB Entrepreneurs, which is a really unique mentorship-based type of accelerator. Last night was an incredible event where the second cohort was able to graduate and to pitch their really game-changing ideas as a culmination of an intensive 8-week program. I'm just going to keep this short and sweet and put all the information that you need to learn more about the IB Entrepreneurs Program it's all in the chat. The next cohort 3, which will be the third installment, will begin on this coming Tuesday. If you have any further questions, please follow up with Michael McGuire. He's also an alumnus of Columbia University and a professor of entrepreneurship there. And thank you so much, Mark, for hosting these events. They have been really a game changer in the entire online space. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Crystal. Up next is Ram.
Oh, hello, Mark. Thanks for providing this podium. My name is Ram Mohan. I'm the co-founder of a company called U-Dynamics, cybersecurity space. As many of you would know, the 2021, the Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack, this was traced back to the breach of a single static password. SolarWinds, Baltimore School District, $8 million ransomware attack. Again, credential breach, static credential breach. So just in summary, 81% of all data breaches and 76% of all ransomware attacks are directly as a result of credential breach, like static username and password. And companies have come up with kind of what you call as retrofits or band-aids, if you will, like OTPs and dumb verification questions like what's the topping on your first slice of pizza you had, push technology, all kinds of things. But basically, companies are desperate to solve this problem, have come up with, like I said, band-aid fixes. And what we are offering is a dynamic user authentication as opposed to static, storable, and reusable authentication that pretty much was invented in the 1970s when internet was invented. We offer a patented dynamic user authentication system, which we assert is virtually unhackable. And we are looking for investors. We have also a consumer product with hundreds of users, and we have not had a data breach for the last year and a half since we released that. So we are looking for smart investors, not just investors, but people who can active board members and people who can actually join our company. Thank you.
Sounds great. Hopefully you'll succeed. Up next is Lylli.
Mark, first of all, I got a new mic from last your feedback. Is that better though?
A little bit. It still doesn't sound like the mic. Are you talking directly into the mic?
Yeah, like $39.
Okay, well, it's a little better. Go ahead.
All right. So, hi, everyone. My name is Lylli Meng. I'm the founder of CoCarding.com. So, CoCarding is the game changer for online shopping experience. We cannot communicate with our friends and family when we're shopping online like Amazon and Walmart. Guess what? 266 million online shoppers just in US. Every day we solve this problem we share products links, screenshots to our friends and family. With the CoCarding, we create a shopping experience that online shoppers are looking for and allow them to collaborate to shop and chat in the same cart with their friends and family. Plus, we also have Walmart and Amazon, plus 300 brands all in the one place for them to shop for. So we are currently raised 150,000, and we're looking for 350 for the safe. So far, we have a strong team, like for our top management, like me and my co-founder, all full-time. And we have a great team, plus the market size for affiliate marketing this year is $17 billion. And by 2030, we are actually reaching $37 billion. And thank you so much. I'm going to cut short. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. The last person that we're going to be able to hear from tonight is Hansilla, who is next. And for all of you, the rest of you, Gregory, DeWitt, Keith, Russell, John Hazelwood, William Thompson, Michael Roybal, Richard Macwoods, and Tishy. All of you are on my list, and if you will arrive at next Wednesday's event, which starts at 9 a.m., and if you will arrive 15 minutes before the event starts, I'll let you in the room before we let everybody else in the room, so you can raise your hand digitally and at least be at the beginning of the queue. I apologize I can't get everybody in. It's so amazing that we again had over 200 people attend tonight, and we still have 120 people in the room after 2 hours of pitching, which is just amazing to me, but I can't accommodate all of you. What I would say is, you know, for those of you who are still here, there is an after party that is going to be hosted by Eric and a bunch of our community members. If you go to the Venture Starters Network and join and start, and there'll be a link. Somebody please put a link in there. Please go and join there, go hang out there, see how we're going to basically start networking better, longer, different hours, and basically in the future start being able to break down different industries and different groups and get people together that are meant for each other. This is going to turn into a really great thing, but we need all of you to participate. Again, apologies to those that raised your hand that we couldn't get in the queue for tonight. One last pitch for tonight, that'll be Hansela. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So it appears that I'm between everyone, a great evening, and what seems to be a very happy social event pending. So my name is Hansela LA. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm a biochemist and engineer, been in the life science industry for about 16 years. So in a way, imagine a world where we basically access data at our fingertips. So we're essentially using data to drive decision-making, comprehensive real-time data analysis. And this is all via a revolutionary AI-powered platform, which is named Wiser. So Wiser is not just a platform, it's a game changer for the life science industry. So it's created out of a need that I required whilst I was working in big pharma. And essentially it's meant to catalyze innovation and advance progress. So we've harnessed the power of artificial intelligence and machine learning, and we're essentially unlocking full potential of global data, categorized by geography, type of disease, so it's agnostic of disease, for the entire life science industry, irrespective of what functional area you're in. We're able to compress time, enable immediate action, and basically we're transforming the way decisions are being made. And as I mentioned to you, we're using state-of-the-art algorithms to analyze this data. And this data is actually dynamically visualized on a platform. It's not a report, so it's not like a consultant I'm coming in and writing a report that's going to be outdated the moment you receive it. This is dynamic as the data changes. On top of that, eventually we're going to be using generative AI and using that for the text and imaging to actually create beautiful reports at the end of whatever question you punch into the system. And in the 28 seconds that I have, we've been incorporated for a year. We have pending 2 DoD contracts. We have 4 customers. We're still building basically the plane whilst we're flying it. And we've been accepted onto 2 accelerators. And we're looking for $3 million as a safe. And so please feel free to reach out. And sorry, I was trying to expedite this as I can.
First of all, you did great. I've got you on the list. And if you arrive 15 minutes early, you will also be able to get in the beginning of the queue for next week. Because, you know, you're my last speaker tonight and we're rushing and it's hard for you to network after that. I want to just point out something before you all go to the after party or you go and participate in any of the other activities on the network. I just posted again the event listing on LinkedIn for next week. If you guys can go and click on it. Oh, wait a minute. One of my team put a different, hold on. I want to get the event, the LinkedIn event. Oh, shoot. I can't seem to get it. Oh, shoot. Where is it? Oh, please sign up.
I think they just did.
Oh, good. Thank you. Okay. So if you guys can click on that and then register to come, even though we have other ways to register for our events, but if you can register at that particular site on LinkedIn, and then you don't have to do it right now, but if you can, fantastic. Please, you'll see when you press the invite button, you can invite all your first connections up to 1,000 per week that LinkedIn encourages and wants you to do because they're trying to build up the event side of the LinkedIn model. It would really be appreciative if you can invite just randomly your first connections, people you may not even know. We don't know who amongst them it fits into our group and who might show up. It would be really helpful if you can help us network. I would sincerely appreciate it. That said, if you, other than that, please make sure you join what Eric Harris has developed for us, which is the network and the after party, which will be an experiment. I won't be there because we're going to shut the rest of the event down right now, and we'll be busy with our own things we have to do, me and my staff. But I want to thank all of you for coming out on Wednesday and spending it with our community and being part of this. We had some fantastic pitches tonight. We have so many smart people in our community. I mean, you can just, if you spend the entire 2 hours listening, you know how many smart people are in the room. And beyond that, and in the darkness, the ones that aren't even putting their cameras on are a bunch of investors that are really smart too. They just don't want everybody pouncing on them. But we have a lot of investors that are now part of this. We have VCs that are here. We have private equity. We have high net worth individuals. And that's why we're getting some of our founders to actually, find investors that are making them offers. Keep coming back, be a participant, invite your friends. Have a great week. We'll see you 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. I guess that would be for the East Coast next week. Thank you, everybody. Great event. It was awesome. I absolutely loved it. Have fun. Take care. Bye-bye.
PM Eastern.
9:12. Thank you for the math. I was wrong on that. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.